Hello, everybody. It is us. We have been. This is my friend Madvertiz0r, and I am Leather, and we have been watching and observing and analyzing GoAnimate videos for a good year and a half now, and now we are going to present to you the theories behind the lore and everything today. So we have a list of things here that we have gathered, and we shall further discuss them because they are rather moot. Nothing makes sense in this wonderful world, by the way. So we'll try to make sense of this world made by 5-year-olds using the internet. Okay.
Uh,
Uh, right.
just so everyone knows, GoAnimate was made by a Mr. Gary Lipkowitz, so please give all of your praise to that man.
Give them all your
A
money.
hero.
Right. So,
Yes.
anybody who's familiar with grounded videos, they
Raise your
will.
hand.
Yeah. Okay, nobody. Right. So,
Okay.
let us first get the first theory out of the way. Main theory. They are immortal. Time has no meaning, for they are grounded for an insane amount of years, sometimes even reaching galactic years. Space also has no meaning to them either. Right.
So,
So this refers to the fact that they seem to go
I.
through three-dimensionally through objects that are supposed to be there, but they're not.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, since they're
I thought.
like, you can get grounded for 1, 5, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9 years. That's
Or
nothing.
more.
That's like a week.
Thought we were gonna start slow and just say that Caillou is and always will be in 12th grade. Well,
Yeah, like you're. That's a curse. Honestly, you're forever stuck in 12th grade. You
yeah,
cannot. You can never escape 12th grade.
that's a general thing, but Caillou is, 7 and always 7. Never older than 7, never younger. He was born 7.
And he's in 12th grade. He had pocket years before he was born. Okay.
Uh-huh. And
Uh,
the whole space thing, well,
they
they
go through
can
objects all the time,
they go through objects.
and like things don't seem to make sense. The camera never really moves, so you can
Yeah.
never like. Perhaps it is some kind of visionary trick.
It's like security cameras.
Yeah.
No- But yeah,
So keep that in mind as we go on. Now,
uh-huh.
what I have understood also, here's another thing.
we
They behave
I
like
helped.
Yes, they
Yeah.
behave like bacteria because when they are children, they are just the adult self but shrunken down. This, along with the immortality, alludes to the fact that they are very simple structure wise. They also have powers to make another one a child again
Um,
through the power
the
of
whole,
pointing, which we will get to later.
but the powers only. Well, no, I'm not. I was gonna say powers only work for punishments, but no, it's been done before.
Yeah,
Turning people into a child.
yeah.
But yes, when they're born, they're shrunk, and then they grow.
They
They
grow into the same thing except taller.
But age is indicated in voice, in that shy girl voice is used for children, and when they get older, they might develop into an Eric voice or a Dave voice.
Or a Brian
Or
voice.
and then when you've reached parent status, that's when you get the Dallas voice or the Diesel voice.
Yeah, maybe wise guy sometimes.
Wise guys when good
That's very
parents.
that's very rarely though.
Yeah,
As
only good
you'll
parents get the wise guy voice.
as you'll know, there's very rarely good parents in GoAnimate. I mean, they do go like ground people for thousands of millennia.
They might not even be their own children that they ground.
Like there has been proven facts that people have gotten grounded for grounding other people.
Yep. So we're moving to this next subject, which I would gladly read out. Um, very in detail. On this list, point number 3 is birth, or better known as push, 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 push.
It's very good and common knowledge. How
So,
you birth is that like okay, first of all, you announce to everybody, "Hey, I'm pregnant," and then they're like, "Oh, is
what
it
is
going to be a?"
breaking?
No. They first have to ask, "Is it a boy or a girl?" And they say, "I don't fucking know."
Yeah,
It's tradition, and then the water breaks. I think at this point it's tradition. You gotta ask if the baby's gonna be a boy or a girl,
and
and then they're
then
ready.
yep,
That's how they know.
the,
That means that
the
somebody can get grounded for prematurely asking if it's a boy or a girl. I think. I
that's
don't
why
think it
the
was a.
troublemaker doesn't express which one they want. They hide till after the baby gets born for them to fuck it up just say which one they wanted.
Exactly.
Chances are it's always the opposite of what they want, of what they get. So.
Yeah, and then they say that, okay, we're jumping a bit ahead of ourselves, but it was kind of needed, I think. Yeah, the water breaks, then there's like, oh, then they gotta swoosh to the hospital, and then, like, the mother's in the hospital bed. Then the doctor part is quite fascinating.
He uses incantations to demand that the mother pushes.
First of all, the doctor comes in. He says, the doctor is here, because everything GoAnimate has to be explained.
But also, he might bear a resemblance to some celebrity or person that the father will point out.
Yeah, it's like, then he's like, yeah, I know, it happens to me all the time. Good.
I know I look like Philip Seymour Hoffman, or, Osama bin Laden.
Yeah. This is Osama bin Laden one, by the way. That actually happened. Look it up.
Yeah.
Right. So the doctor does not actually do anything doctor related.
Push.
It just push, and then all of a sudden, the mother.
The shrunken adult comes in.
Yeah, the shrunken adult, as we discussed earlier, shows up.
First words that come out, wah-eh-ah.
Yeah, the first words are wah-eh-ah. As we all know, that's the most common phrase in GoAnimate City.
And in case the troublemaker is there, then they start shit.
Yeah, he says the baby is stupid because you cannot truly measure the intelligence of a newborn, for they have not gathered enough information at all.
But stupid because it's not a boy.
Who did? I still don't get. Like, he could have just said, this is the opposite gender of what I wished for. Please return it to the womb for further processing. But no, he's got to call it stupid because they're like 5.
5 when they come out. Oh yeah, I forgot. No. That's my fault for forgetting that. Yes, she was born 5 when she came out of the womb. This isn't normal life.
This is normal. This is how they live.
This is their normal, their nature.
Yeah. Okay, so let's discuss the opposite. They can die, but
yes, they can.
Then they come back to life, as seen by Barney the dinosaur being constantly killed over and over again.
Yeah, it's the Mortal Kombat effect. People die, but then they come back like whatever.
And Barney is the most he's like like Barney the dinosaur.
He's always thrown under the bus. Barney the dinosaur, always the shit end of the stick. Even the other shitty cartoons don't like him. He has no friends.
It's a tough life. I would imagine in a post-apocalyptic GoAnimate, which is very real right now, he would be the elder. He would be the wise elder man. Yes. He would be like, I've seen some shit. Do you know how many times I've died? More times.
Sometimes Caillou and Dora would have a date, and if for some reason they decide that they want to kill me, I don't know what's up.
It's very surreal. They just do that.
But yeah, punishment days, 90% guarantee the person's gonna die. But then they'll come back, and then the parent would say, "Time for another punishment day," which means the previous punishment day where the guy died happened. He died, but then he came back.
Right. Eating an insane amount of food makes them stretch wider.
Yeah, they don't get fat.
They call it fat, but it's not really. Maybe it's because they don't actually have fat. Then their society has adapted to the new rules, which is you're fat if you're stretchy.
If you're stretchy.
It very rarely happens that they actually do become fat, but nobody can be asked to do that.
Yeah, because if they get fat, they might lose certain key accessories to their character, like the headphones.
Yeah. Exactly.
But they don't just get stretched out. Sometimes they get stretched out and get bigger.
Yeah. So, that's just how the life works. That's just how
calories get, infused in their body. It's how they grow.
I'm not sure how they, I'm guessing this gets into the principle of them actually, growing taller when they're growing up. It's just adults shrinking, and then they just get wider when they have excess fat.
Chuck E. Cheese's gives them the normal amount of growth. But much food, too much non-Chuck E. Cheese would result in their bodies growing beyond. It's like elephantitis.
Yeah, it's no good when your entire society develops around elephantitis. Right.
What the fuck is a dead meat?
Yeah, what the fuck is dead meat? / behavior card day. This is a long one. We all know that during behavior card day, people are given different colored cards, and
it
depending on which
determines
one
their
you got,
fate.
yeah, it determines their fate. But depending on which card you get, you're either fucked or you're like gone forever.
Yeah, you either stop. You either graduate, but not only graduate, but graduate for a set number of years.
Yeah.
Or
I don't know how that works. Maybe their educational system is different, as we'll soon see.
Or you die, but even worse than dying, you get a dead meat and get expelled.
Now, what the fuck is dead meat? Because dead meat can't be being expelled, because it adds dead meat and expelled. That's
dead
a bit of a oxymoron.
A status effect.
Yeah, so what can we conclude from dead meat?
Well,
I know that parents do not like dead meat, because when they come back home, they're grounded for being dead meat.
Well, either grounded or die. Like, either grounded till they die or actually die. Like get killed. So I'm guessing a death sentence by teachers is not as severe as by parents in GoAnimate.
Well, yeah, so, like, I'm not, like, dead meat, like, you're in dead meat, pal, is, like, that's a threat.
Yeah, that's a cartoon thing. You're in dead meat. But this dead meat, in GoAnimate, it's not, like a phrase or a saying. It's a sentence, a death sentence, a mark of death. A mark of grounding.
Right? I mean, of course, we can't count death because there is no death.
I guess one of what makes dead meat worse than a death sentence, which is the less severe cards in behavior card day, is the loud noises that come along with it. Which
that's true. I have seen many a times that during behavior card day, rain, hail, everything, just
floods.
Fucking floods. Like they even get bombarded.
Five Nights at Freddy's screams.
Yeah, that's no
lightning
good.
Storms.
Yeah, that's no good. As the more it goes on, the more it just the entire world explodes. Perhaps dead meat is such a furious thing that the world cannot simply react to it calmly.
I think it's the teachers are one with nature on behavior card day, and as they get more furious with their students, their wide range of students, nature itself scales with their current feelings towards that student, which is why the dead meatee, the one that receives the dead meat card, just faces emotional scarring, and their ears probably won't work anymore. After.
Nah. I'm not even sure if they know that they're being grounded. I think they at this point they just look at their parents' angry faces and they just
do the dance. They know exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
they can look at their lips. They can tell they're saying oh.
Oh yeah, it's about right.
This one is a good name, by the way. Suggested by moi. It is the 4 Hokages of GoAnimate.
Yeah, these are the 4 main punching bags. These guys, they get beaten up more than Barney, right?
These are 4 heroes. These are the 4 horsemen, but they don't do that. It's not the things that they do that are great. It's the things that happen to them that are great.
The first one's actually very special, considering that he's an actual user.
He's an actual user that had nothing to do with GoAnimate whatsoever. In fact, neither of these guys do. But he's not even a cartoon character.
He's an actual person, and he is the most grounded user on the planet.
Everybody,
and his name is Warren.
For
Warren Cook.
Cook.
That's just right. So, discussion. Warren Cook apparently is his only crime is again and again he makes fake VHS openings.
Mm-hmm. Real, not fake.
Real, not fake. Real, not. But so these are usually with Disney cartoons, which right? I guess he likes Disney again, which is
maybe it's
convenient
just because Disney movies are the only things that are on VHS. I think.
Possibly. He is punished by no longer being able to do anything Disney related whatsoever.
But I will just do it again.
Well, yeah. So, apparently, fake VHS openings, huge crime, not only in GoAnimate world, but in the GoAnimate community. Like, people will legit be
get
angry
furious
at you.
At this medium that they probably don't remember or weren't born at the time.
There are so many Wikipedia articles being visited to check the date
on which
of when
which is older, VHS or GoAnimate? The answer is neither.
Yeah, they coexist. It's like
Because GoAnimate. Oh wait, no. Well, I almost tackled a subject that we haven't touched yet. We'll get to it later.
yeah, they're like the GoAnimate and VHS. They're like the two serpents of chaos. They have to coexist with each other. Anyway,
Number 2.
no, hang on. We still need to figure out why everybody is so angry about fake VHS openings.
And
Perhaps it's because of the destruction of truth. Like, this isn't an opening from 19... By the way,
maybe they see it
as
as
of this
disrespect for the only form of cartoons that they like, Disney movies. Warren Cook is a big liar, and liars deserve a good serving of groundings.
He gets the most... Like, he does the least variety. He just makes VHS openings. Now, as of this recording, there is one video from Warren Cook's actual channel that exists, and it's complete shit. Like, never mind that it's a fake VHS opening, whatever the fuck.
Fake VHS opening on, like, some weird TV thing. It looks like the TV that Omega Flowey was in. It was scary.
Yeah, it just goes on like that. He just records it with a camera, not even, like, trying.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, he just records that, and he says, yeah, that's it. That's it, guys.
Real, but it's just the opening.
Yeah, I think it even says that it's HD. I'm not sure about that, but if it is, like, that's no good considering you used a freaking camera.
Maybe he was talking about the HD VHS, which is even more bullshit.
Yeah, right. So, next Hokage.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps that is.
Caillou. I never heard of this Caillou guy.
Caillou? 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 Caillou?
Captain Lou.
Captain Lou.
Good call it.
Caillou. He is pretty much also very grounded. He has his own show, much like, well, half.
Internet says he became Saitama. That's probably true.
Probably.
He likes Chuck E. Cheese's. I don't know if that was in the cartoon. Probably not.
It probably wasn't, considering that there would be lawsuits up the ass unless it was a promotion. But he fucking loves Chuck E. Cheese's. Chuck E. Cheese's. Chuck E. Cheese's is very important.
You wouldn't think twice about destroying it if he didn't get pizza and got steak instead.
Nobody likes steak.
He loves
Only
it
the
that
parents
much.
like steak. I don't know how they don't like steak, but that's their opinion.
But Chuck E. Cheese's in the Caillou world has a dance club,
it's an arcade.
In fact, you know what? That might actually be in Chuck E. Cheese's, so never mind what I just said.
There's often screenshots of Chuck E. Cheese's, so
Chuck E. Jesus. Caillou doesn't just, fetishize over Chuck E. Cheese. He does a number of other things, like kill his sister for destroying his iPad, or, calling the toilet man. Terrible crimes.
Who knows? Like, toilet men are hard-working citizens that get paid low. They don't need more of that shit.
I don't think Toilet Man, alongside Chuck E. Cheese's, was part of actual Caillou, the French cartoon. That might be headcanon turned canon. Maybe.
Yeah. We'll never know until they make an official Caillou animation in the official series. Yeah, and it's like, obsessed with Chuck E. Cheese's. Their father is Boris. Boris.
The wife, Doris. And the sister, Rosie. She can only speak, she refers to herself as Rosie.
Yeah.
Third person. Maybe that is her pronouns. I don't know. I can't judge.
Boris cannot make up his mind on which hair he wants.
Yeah. Sometimes he has that kakyoin hair. Little long lock there in front of his head. Sometimes he has a Hulk Hogan styled mullet.
Yeah, ain't that some stuff?
Doris sometimes is seen as the benevolent mother. Sometimes she's not the one that's with the whole Caillou should get grounded for everything.
Yeah.
And,
Caillou often gets grounded for no reason whatsoever.
Rosie, again, all she does is say Rosie blank, Rosie this, Rosie that. It's a pronoun. Other characters include, but are not limited to, Clementine from The Walking Dead. That guy with the weird metal thing on his chin. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, him. I know him.
Yeah.
I've met him in real life.
Man.
Yeah, Toilet Man.
As previously stated. Barney.
Yeah, Barney.
Barney.
Who the hell is Barney?
I don't know.
It was in that movie, I think, where Caillou and Dora turned into anime for their date.
Oh, fuck. Caillou's the only one that never appears in JPEG form, by the way, in GoAnimate, right?
That's yeah. Yeah. I've never seen him actually appear with like stock footage, whatever.
In PNG form.
Yeah.
It's only Dora and Barney, and other cartoons that nobody cares about. Sometimes Caillou is depicted with the stickman thing, but that's passive.
PC guy. Oh
We
yeah,
forgot about something very important.
Power of the consequences.
Power of the consequences.
Power of the consequences is what gives
This
parents
is
the
a
ability
piece
to
of
ground.
piece of lore that has been uncovered in the
movie?
classic hit. What was it called again? Caillou breaks the law. Caillou the movie. Caillou gets grounded. The movie.
Just it's Caillou the movie, okay?
Yes. When Boris gets killed by Shin Caillou after he has absorbed the souls of Toilet Man.
Is this Dark Souls 3?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, Toilet Man and Barney kills him, and then God himself appears. His name was like some GoAnimate user, I don't fucking care. And basically explains how the power of the consequences is what binds Caillou to Earth and prevents him from ascension or something.
That's how he needs to be grounded. That's the power of the consequences. It's what gives people the power to ground.
So in case you wonder why, people get grounded all the time in GoAnimate, now you know. It's a system.
Right.
Okay, now you can continue to Hokage number 3.
Yeah, that's gonna be PC Guy. Very little is known about PC Guy.
PC Guy is from that one short about, the two guys in suits, PC Guy and Mac Guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why he showed up in GoAnimate. Like, what is there about PC Guy that people feel compelled to ground him? I guess GoAnimate users are mostly on Mac.
Who knows, really?
He likes toys.
Yeah. I think the only thing you know about PC Guy is in the movie, right?
Yeah, he likes the Finn the Human Adventure Time toy, which didn't exist back at when the GoAnimate movie came out.
Yeah,
he also...
so which means that further proves that in GoAnimate time does not matter.
But here's some Hokage even Dora.
Hold up. There's one more thing
about. Are we gonna talk
PC
more about
Guy.
PC Guy? Because what is there other than he likes toys and is afraid of Sneeush?
But that's we'll get back to that later. We'll get back to that later, right? Before we get into this, we need to talk about Greeny Phatom.
Greeny Phatom.
Greeny Phatom. It is theorized that Greeny Phatom is the pre-evolution of GoAnimate. GoAnimate has evolved from Greeny Phatom, right? Because of their text-to-speech, low effort, everything. Kids wanting to get Cartoon Network with the shitty animation.
He's still trying to get that deal.
Yeah. PC Guy may be he's like the Neanderthal of this connection. He's the closest we have to the Greeny Phatom.
It made more sense in Greeny Phatom because they were using Microsoft Sam voices.
Yeah, that's how you know that they evolved from that. So I think PC Guy is the link between those two. He's been on the GoAnimate side, obviously.
He's the primeval man.
Yeah, so he's the closest thing to the Greeny Phatom from the other GoAnimate things.
Is it? It wasn't GoAnimate. It was MS Paint, though. But
well, yeah.
That's a broad statement. We're reaching theoretical science right now, but we are most confident that Greeny Phatom is the resurgence of GoAnimate.
Yeah.
It caused the birth. MS Paint, push. There's nothing about PC Guy that we can talk about that has anything to do with GoAnimate.
He's a very dull personality. Although the fourth one, the final one, is Dora.
The opposite of dull.
Yeah.
Dora.
So Dora, obviously, Dora the Explorer, much like Caillou, has his own show. Thing is, she has her own show even in the fictional universe. Caillou has his own show, but he doesn't in the GoAnimate world. But Dora does. But everybody hates it, by the way.
Everyone hates that show. It sucks.
Yeah, I don't know how it keeps running, but hey, business is different in GoAnimate.
Apparently, Dora.
Do I have to remind you of the educational system?
I think the pre-GoAnimate lore, it was that Dora crossed the borders to, not America, but GoAnimate City prior to the events. Because they bring that up a lot, about how she's an immigrant or whatever. You want to talk robo voices. Fucking Dora's mom. when she gives you a punishment, she won't stop from telling you every single detail.
That's the thing about GoAnimate. It's these kind of elements. Like everything takes fucking forever to. There are rare exceptions of a GoAnimate video just being a minute.
Yeah, Dora, she did the thing, and
oh no, Dora, you did the thing. Now we gotta pay 1 million GoAnimate bucks.
Boots, sometimes mentioned but never shows up.
Who cares about Boots?
Yeah, who cares about Boots?
Nobody gives a fuck about Boots. He doesn't even exist. Okay.
Yeah. Dora sometimes cries upwards.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. It's like Naps to Blook.
Or sometimes she's a dude. Not to judge. Sometimes she looks like a dude. Lesser Hokages of GoAnimate include Aaron. He was gonna be on the list, but
we need to make room for these. There's Brian. There's Barney.
Ryan, Eric. Eric has his own place somewhere later in this list. You'll see.
There's some guy, user, that I think I keep remembering that keeps getting grounded as well. Or at least, I think he keeps getting mentioned. Like, they call him over for, it's like, hey, guy, come over here so I can tell you what this guy did, and so you can ground him.
I think that's just whoever the maker of that GoAnimate series is. Like, sometimes when things get too severe, they'll call that guy.
So, let's continue. Parents do not like Disney or Nickelodeon cartoons, and kids shows are a form of torture, no matter the age.
Kids shows, not Disney or Nickelodeon, no, not that. But we mean kids shows like, I think you mean to write down baby shows.
Well, baby shows,
They call them baby shows.
Yeah, baby shows. Baby shows are a form of torture. That happens. Another thing that's a form of torture is nappies.
Nappies, cutting off dicks.
That happens sometimes. Careful of your wee-wees, kids.
Yeah, there are other forms of torture that we cannot tackle as of this moment. We will tackle them later. But yeah, Disney or Nickelodeon, parents do not like. They like baby shows though. Aaron's dad said
no. Nobody likes baby. Nobody likes baby shows. It's just that they use baby shows. Just like you gotta watch this, you piece of shit.
Yeah, but if you do something like Disney, that's usually what happens. The reason that guy buys Disney or Nickelodeon thing, parents don't like it because they don't like the show, because they do not like Marco's Raw Done Life season 1 on DVD. But sometimes when character kills a baby show character like Barney, sometimes the parent they like Barney and they don't like that
favorite
they killed
character.
Barney.
Favorite character.
Favorite. Okay. And then they get a breakdown. So speaking of torture,
go ahead. I'm listening.
How do I make the THX logo noise?
You were close. Most of the time when they pronounce the THX logo in GoAnimate, it's just like it's some stock.
Oh yeah, it's not even a THX logo. It's something else.
Like it's something else that like maybe if you squint your ears at it sideways, you can hear the resemblance.
But yes, THX logo, among other logos, are very scary among GoAnimate characters and users alike.
Yeah.
Leather was very confused as to why that is until I pointed out that maybe they are traumatized because the theaters are loud, logos are loud. I've had the THX logo play at full blast on me in the theater once. I didn't like it. But I didn't, cry, shit my pants.
Yeah, it's fucking loud. So THX is spooky. Everybody is extremely afraid of it.
Dick is also very scary.
Yeah, we'll talk about this logo fiasco later, okay?
Oh yeah, when we peel off the initial layer, you'll reveal something more sinister.
Yeah, pointing, very dangerous, as we discussed before.
Pointing could be a sign of them aiming their gun or weapon. Could have been them throwing a weapon. Could be psychic powers.
But when they punch, they usually point.
Yeah, when they punch, they point. Or, as we've seen before, the dancing could also mean a pounding motion.
Yeah.
But they only do the dance pound when they feel like they want to perform like a combination attack.
But if you're trying to do a simple punch, just point.
Yeah. Pointing is quick, precise. Pointing is used for throwing, aiming, punching.
Yeah, pointing is used just for attacking, basically.
Pointing is also for magic powers, like when you want to shrink someone, hit them with sink, kill them, put someone in a oven.
Yeah. Speaking of ovens, and putting someone in it,
Creepypastas.
Creepypastas for some reason combined with GoAnimate. I'm pretty sure that should invent actual cancer, but it doesn't because I haven't died yet.
You know what does make that is not cancer. It makes something even better. Psychic powers.
Yeah. According to a video,
some symptoms include mosaic over your eyes.
Yeah, as we are displaying over right now, you can
as of right
clearly
now,
see.
I am pointing.
Yeah, as you can clearly see, he puts himself in the oven.
Shrinks himself.
Father doesn't even. No. You're jumping the gun. You're jumping the gun a bit.
Sorry.
Pardon the pun.
Uh-huh.
He gets himself in the oven, nice and perfectly, and then the father comes over. He doesn't even notice that his son is in the fucking oven.
Then he comes out not from the oven, but from behind.
Yeah, so he just like Then father's like, oh my shiha, whatever that means.
Oh my shiha.
Yeah.
So
he uses psychic powers to just like Silver the Hedgehog everything for some fucking reason. They all have mosaic over their eyes. That's how you know they're
dicks.
like bad evil. And eye dicks, that too.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta censor those eyes. And then in every single one of these,
Satan
you will notice
voice.
that they kill somebody, and then there's like whoever is stupid enough to watch this or some shit, and then he kills himself. That's an effective villain, I'll tell you that.
Russian. I think it was Russian. So,
yeah, it was Russian.
Google translated, I believe.
Yeah.
But this is a pattern. It's not just something that every single.
GoAnimate is a lot like computers. It's just about patterns.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking like this is like serial killer style patterns, except serial killer are different people.
Yeah.
And sometimes the troublemaker, gets pushed past the point. They feel like they want to kill their parents, so they take the risk, put themselves in the oven.
Yeah.
And they become Satan. And then after they kill their parents, they have all the freedom in the world. They decide to shoot themselves in the head.
Quick note: don't go into actual ovens.
Yeah, don't do that. That's bad.
Bad. But we need to confirm one thing. In creepypastas, in creepypastas,
there's only one that's fake.
Yeah, there's only one that's fake. Arthur.exe. That's the only one that's fake. The guy in the comments said so himself. I love how in that video, every one of those creepypastas attacks by just doing what they did in the video. Like, Suicide Mouse attacks by walking, and Squidward Suicide attacks by...
shoots himself in the head.
Dude, that's how he kills people.
Max.exe, like, screams or whatever.
Who knows what he does? And one of them is like Tough Puppy, whatever the fuck.
Tough Puppy, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, Tough Puppy doesn't scream. Arthur.exe screams. That's how you know he's real.
Tough Puppy just says some stuff.
See, he's just like, aha, nah.
He's real. That's the realest creepypasta. And what is also miscellaneous might also fit in the subject of creepypastas, the Skull Cult.
Oh yeah, the Skull Cult, very important. The Skull Cult are back. The Skull Cult are back to kill. They're here to take their souls. All that good stuff.
Yeah.
So what they do is, first of all, this isn't a VHS tape, whatever the fuck.
It's a VHS tape, so it's very important.
A videotape strange, basically.
Yep.
So what it is recorded is 3 guys. One of them is Boris.
In their backyard.
In their backyard. And they're like, aha, here we go. And then a guy walks in, they fucking stab him in the throat. It goes down, he's sacrificed. Satan comes out, which is actually PC guy with the mask. Satan PC guy. That's one thing that we figure out about him, I guess. So he's Satan. PC guy is the Satan. Even though there's Mr. Keebler, I guess he's Mega Satan.
They immediately regret the decision.
Yeah, there's just like, oh fuck, not this again. PC guy, go away. And he's like, nah, get it.
No.
And then
Thank you for getting me out of Europe, fuckers.
Yeah. Anyway, the characters, what they do is when they see this videotape, it's like it's dark and it's that disgusting. They watch the disgusting movie.
This only works if there's somebody else with you, by the way.
Yeah. So what happens? Yeah. So what happens is, they shoot themselves, and one of them, and for the guy, you actually see what caused them to shoot themselves is that the people of the skull cult, they possess you. Yeah,
I know they felt bad about summoning Satan, but then they changed their mind.
Yeah, the guy, of course, tells him to leave him alone. I guess he was trying to, hey, if you're gonna kill me, at least leave me alone. But they're like, we can't. That's illegal.
You can't do that.
He gets possessed. Life's pointless. Blah blah blah. Shoots himself. Just like any good old GoAnimate user, he'll come back in a day or two. So I think that's pretty much it when it comes to Creepypasta GoAnimates. It's very important to note that Arthur.exe is the only one that is fake. Okay.
Something also falls in the subject of creepy, but I don't see that it's here in this list. Breast expansion.
Right, okay, so if you
thought you could escape me.
Oh no. What happens is guy comes
the instigator, Mr. Alejandro.
Yeah, he goes over and he's like Voovies, and he
Boobies.
touches Voovies. He touches the Voovies.
This falls under the subject of what again? It's called hitting on.
Yeah,
flirting.
And the guy, he's like,
again,
like he
a sign that pointing is dangerous.
Yeah, so he points at the Voovies,
and the boobies they go biggie.
And
then the other guy comes in.
Another guy comes in and he touches the ass. The ass also
and the
goes
SE
big.
goes biggie.
And it's like, oh no.
And
these
expands
people
beyond space.
Explain.
Okay,
I realize this is a fetish, but you
touchy the boobie and you touchy the booty, they become biggie. So at some point they become so biggie they explode until the person becomes naked except for their headphones and boots.
I don't think that's how exploding
I think that's how
flesh works. I don't think that's how exploding flesh works.
I think we need to watch that again.
Yo, no, you pretty much explain. Don't worry, this is all in my trauma center. I get it. I remember it. It is exactly like expands and it's like it's naked.
Except for the shoes, and then the usual happens.
Yeah, it's not like
they
get
grounded.
To the
next subject, I guess.
We can't stay on that for too long, okay? Or else we'll expand. Okay, cause of groundings and actual groundings. Right, look. What does grounding do? What does being grounded do? What do you do from lowest point to highest point that you get grounded at? Because I've seen, like, people... Oh, yeah, specifically, I remember some guy was like, Harry gets grounded or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And what he did is he watched porn. And he was only 16... whatever, and they ground him for watching porn. But here's the thing: they, in passing conversation, say that he killed like a small loan of 1 million students in the school. Like he killed people. That's like passing comment. Dude, you watched porn. You're grounded. Never mind.
Sometimes you could get grounded for littering. You could get grounded for a number of things. Like, we already established that watching cartoons that parents don't like could also result in grounding.
And singing the theme song of the cartoon that the parents don't like.
Oh, yeah.
Person gets grounded for no reason. It's literally
that happens a lot.
That happens a lot, yeah. No idea why. I guess they're just trying to put them in their place.
Yeah. Grounding, because you give them too much power, they'll kill you.
Yeah. The offspring will eat their parents if you let them, as they say in the
put them in their place. The cause of groundings. Grounding, like, it restricts what they did, but they'll do it anyway.
So I'm not sure what grounding does.
Guarantee that they'll, the sentence will be increased. But sometimes they'll just, if you do really good, they'll just drop the entire grounding sentence. You'll get ungrounded, as they call it.
Yeah, there's no need to abbreviate how long you'll get ungrounded.
Sometimes you can't watch a TV show because you're grounded. Sometimes you can't do basic stuff like get a Christmas present because you're grounded also.
Yeah, we have to discuss about that later, I think.
So, grounded extends just, being put in your room. It's an actual restriction.
Fictional characters just exist now.
Caillou.
Can we talk about the numerous amounts of Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh, that's what you meant. Those guys don't exist. Caillou and Dora don't. They exist.
Yeah. So, and they were given the heads up. They're given like the seat at the throne.
Young Venus also shows up in various forms.
Yeah, he also shows up. But what I want to know is, just fiction. When you put a fictional character in there, if the creator is too lazy to make him himself in comedy world lazily, what he will do is JPEG the whole thing.
Yeah, sometimes they accidentally quote unquote took a transparent PNG. Sometimes it's artifacted. It's in JPEG form.
There's no better example than Max and Ruby in GoAnimate videos. I'm not
and
sure why that's such
EXE counterparts too.
I'm not sure why that's such a specific thing. Why like people are suddenly so fascinated by Max and Ruby. They even make their OCs for background character.
Oh,
Good
I was
Lord!
gonna mention that MS Painted to a beautiful degree, just avant-garde.
Right. So next thing that people want to know, ever since they saw it for the first time, voices are just robots, rarely common.
Not too robot-y. There's like a little bit of emotion in there.
A little bit of emotion. They've evolved from Greeny Phatom, so they have a little bit of emotion in their robot voices.
Wise Guy, do not believe the intonations that they have. It is all fake. They are robots.
Yeah. Wise Guy is my favorite.
Shouty, it's a shame he never managed to get into official canon GoAnimate line of voices.
Maybe the GoAnimator guys, they had foresight. They somehow
thought
knew
about it.
Yeah, they somehow knew that a whole bunch of 10-year-olds are going to use this platform for just attacking each other and fictional characters.
But you forget that there are actual adults that use Sony Vegas alongside GoAnimate for videos. Of course, I'm talking about Mr. Solitaire Joker. Yeah, everyone snapped because Solitaire Joker, adult man, I think he is. He should be older than 12.
Yeah.
Puts
13
actual
possibly.
work.
Puts actual
Not
work.
Smirks of the age of 60.
Yeah, he's good. A lot of people criticize Not Smirks for not making sense. We personally see it as a blessing, and we of course pray to Not Smirks every day.
I think he's actually peering into the inner machinations of man itself.
He's like Exodia the Destroyer. Like, yes, there are god cards, but he's a demigod guard.
He is all 5 pieces right away.
Yeah, this is.
And Solitaire Joker is the pot of greed that pulls out 2 GoAnimate videos in one deck. I think I mentioned Eric before, and then I stopped because he's not a Hokage. He is something even greater, a hero.
Because there is Dylan and Eric breaking the law,
but do not be fooled. They don't get grounded. They got put in jail once, but this is actually a very touching, heartfelt story. The redemption of 2 friends who are willing to put aside their days of crime for the sake of their hood.
It's very entertaining, very touching, very.
Doesn't stop them from misusing their power as cops when they.
Yeah.
That happened.
After all, the groundlings become the groundendings.
Yep. Is that all we gotta say? Because I feel like Dylan and Eric, there's a lot to talk about. Dylan and Eric, they didn't do something.
No. Okay, Dylan and Eric. There is one very notable thing about them. They seem to have long fall boots because they can fall from any height.
Oh yeah, and also they have a personal middleman, Mario,
butler,
who helps drive them around.
Yeah, he's the main guy. He's their main man. He's the guy who
He's the guy that they mention when they say I know a guy.
Yeah, they know a guy. Yeah. Never directly say it's Mario because they're hoping to pitch this to Cartoon Network. Yeah. Probably not, but they are.
So yeah, Dylan and Eric.
I'd put that on Cartoon Network. Would you?
What Dylan and Eric break the law?
Yeah.
I feel like they fit more on Crunchyroll given their anime style depth of story.
Yeah, fair point.
Because I'm gonna go for it as to say Dylan and Eric are the only characters in GoAnimate that have a level of conscience where they would actually mean it when they say they'll stop doing crimes or other stuff. Like Caillou would, he'd help his dad, help find his lost wallet or whatever on Christmas, and then he'd just do something like kick kick Rosie into like a pit of fire and then get grounded.
Yeah.
But Dylan and Eric, they are true heroes. I salute.
Let us move on. We cannot cry for any longer. Common behaviors and stigmas, and how much
you're missing something in between there.
Ooh.
Anyone.
I mean, this is very minor, but still.
Yeah. And like jobs are hard to get in GoAnimate. I mean, in real life too, but
Yeah,
restaurants, anybody can. Like they can find an abandoned Chuck E. Cheese's
yeah.
and they can open a restaurant there.
Economy is
But
based on Chuck E. Cheese's.
as long as the parents don't find out, it's okay.
It's
Or
okay.
as long as you don't, you don't make shitty food, it's okay to have that restaurant.
Right. It seems that like restaurants are like kind of like the alternative. If you don't like your job, just go to restaurant. Just go open a restaurant.
It's the lemonade stand evolved.
Yeah. Um, common behaviors and stigmas, and how much you just don't want to live there whatsoever. Let's just be honest. Nobody wants to live in GoAnimate world.
Would you walk on the street and then have somebody out of nowhere, he's really buff, got a mustache, and suddenly say, "I want to touch your boobies"? 'Cause
I would not. I'd
about
run.
it, but
I'd run.
then I'd be like, nah.
I'd
I don't
run.
know.
I'd run. Honestly, I'd run.
Sometimes, like, you wouldn't even know it, but somebody out there really hates you, decides to turn you into a cow. Maybe
Yeah, that
like
can happen.
shooting you, like killing you with a gun, is the least of your worries. Because you could be turned into a cow, a baby. Sometimes, you go average day in school until somebody in your class just goes, "I want to poop all over the classroom." And next thing you know, you're
Don't get
covered
me
in
started
shit.
on don't get me started on dead meat. Like the whole class can fucking explode.
Well, yeah, if you're still in the class. Because if you didn't, then, if you did good, then you get to leave the class and go to the master's office.
Yeah, master's office. It's like robot masters. What does that mean?
The master's office, not the principal. Or
Yeah,
sometimes
I
Chantel's
know, but
office.
that's masters. That's like a British thing.
Headmaster,
Well,
probably.
yeah, well, that's
But
a
the
British thing.
master's office, as in their Lord Supreme, who they
Like
bow
I
down
don't know
to.
what like I guess like a British guy made the whole thing about the principal, and then there's like master. That's a good word. Let's use
I
that
mean,
from
it's
now on, even
likely.
though we don't use that.
Because, like, I don't think Smart TV or whatever, like, show about the snail or whatever, Caillou isn't, exactly a US thing. It's, like, European,
Yeah.
probably.
Matter of fact, they're just like, hey, Caillou's a piece of shit. Just go for it. It's
Caillou's
mob
a piece of
mentality.
shit, goes to Chuck E. Cheese's, hates Barney, kills his sister every day,
Right.
hates toilets. What else do they do? They like to do. I mean, car car chases happen a lot.
Yeah.
Not car
Through the
accidents.
jungle. If you're going, your commit back home is going to be through a jungle every time.
You could walk on the street and then you'll see a piece of trash and you'll get sent to jail for it and you didn't even do it and nobody would believe you.
Oh yeah. It's absolutely terrifying how everybody laughs. It's worse than Omega Flowey.
Oh yeah, they could laugh like that, or they might, use that wheezing laugh thing.
Ha 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 ha. That's also one.
Ah, ha, 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 ha.
It depends. Like everybody, every version has its own accents.
I guess, if you hate explaining everything in full detail, I guess you won't like to hang out and go Animate City.
Yeah, they like explaining things a lot. Like
Narcos Modern
they have
Life,
not
Season
heard,
1
they
on
have not
DVD.
heard, they have not heard of Show Don't Tell. They don't
Uh,
abbreviate anything. They see the full thing. Rockers Modern Life, Season 1 on DVD.
I mean, it makes sense if, GoAnimate didn't allow importing assets, but they have the JPEG right there. It says Rocco's Modern Life, Season 1, DVD on there. But in
Yeah.
case the person can't see, in case, they got deadbeat, can't hear or see,
Yeah.
it'll help, knowing what it is. You're not a fan of people spreading their butt cheeks because they can't get a phone. That could also be bad.
I'm not gonna question that one. I never saw that in my life, but you know what? I don't think I want him.
Okay.
Let us continue.
Oh, yeah.
The dance.
The dance.
The dance
I've
is
tried
very
it
important.
before. It's pretty painful.
Yeah.
Because
Now what we're talking about is there's 3 types of dance for every like body type. There's
the shimmy fist pump.
yeah.
the-
Okay. There's like, there's the fat guy dance. There's the
The kick wave.
yeah. And then there's the one that girls do, which is just wave hands
Just the
side to
Commander
side.
Shepherd.
That's yeah. And then you have the buff guy.
Buff guy isn't even a dance, just flexing.
Yeah, he doesn't need a dance.
Shimmy fist pump.
That's the one. That's the one that they use to attack too.
But, dance. very viable in expressing emotions that it doesn't have to be happiness, could be anger too, could be sadness.
Yeah, it's mostly sadness. Like there's
Also,
this.
yeah,
Go
sad
on.
dancing, angry dancing, fight dancing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to nightmares now. These are a bit of a rare thing, but oh boy, are they
Yama.
something? Yeah. Yeah.
You see that? You see that? See that? You ready for a feature presentation? Oh, it's Yama.
Yeah. That can't be good. You know.
Do.
What happens in the nightmares is, first of all, they do something like the fridge kidnaps them or something.
The fridge. No, I think it's fridge. Like pushes them into their bathtub. They get sunk in.
Yeah, and then they're teleported to their nightmares, which is just logos.
It's all logos.
Oh.
Sometimes jump scares happen, but mostly it's just good old feature presentation. You got Dick, you got THX, you got Paramount.
You
But
got
really,
all those.
dreams don't happen naturally. Dreams have to happen by a certain crew. There are people, a certain group of people that make these dreams turn into nightmares. In fact, I don't think GoAnimate characters even have dreams. They just sleep.
Well, they're soulless abominations, so of course they don't dream.
Yeah, they're soulless, like they're aliens. Nightmares only happen when people decide that they want to invade your dreams, make them turn into nightmare. And then when the nightmare happen, they push buttons, logo come out, they get spooked, they cry, and then you get grounded for having nightmare.
Yeah, that's another thing that you can get around from nightmares. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, because you need to see nightmares for yourself in order to understand them. People are really afraid of VHS openings. Okay, maybe that's why Warren Cook is such an antagonist in these.
Yeah, could have been that the fake VHS opening wasn't spooky, or it was too.
Like, imagine if
It's not fear that GoAnimate users feel for. I mean, they are scared of VHS openings, but fake ones, it feels like disrespecting their the sanctity of that thing that scares them a lot.
12th grade, by the way, getting held back. That's another thing that happens. So let's talk. Yeah. So let's move on from that and talk about being held back. What held back is doing is, if you do some minor thing in school, you get held back into the previous grade. And then in that
it's also most likely to happen if you're in 12th grade, because
it happens the most in 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
The most. And then in the previous grade, you're sent into 11th grade, let's say. And then in 11th grade, you're sent to 10th grade because you didn't bring your homework, which is bullshit, and then it just goes on like that until you get into kindergarten. And then in kindergarten, they sell milk in
preschool.
What they do is every time, it seems every day in preschool, what they do is they put milk and
cookies and milk in their mouth.
But there's not enough cookies and milk.
There's never enough cookies for everybody, or maybe there's enough until the guy comes in
and eats them all.
Yeah, and he eats them all via telepathy.
Yeah.
Then the babies cry, and then they get held back. And in preschool, was it kindergarten or preschool that they eat?
Look, it doesn't matter. They're just grounded. At the end, they hit rock bottom and they're grounded. Then they gotta wait another 12 years or whatever.
That's why jobs are hard to get in GoAnimate, because everyone's stuck in 12th grade.
It's a 50% chance. Again, in 12th grade, it's the most common to happen. But usually what happens is you're just like sent to the principal's office and then you're grounded. Actually, if I do recall, the first ever proper GoAnimate grounding video, not counting the one that has text bubbles that made back in 2008.
Doesn't even have the person grounded.
Yeah. It doesn't have him grounded, but it does happen is that he misbehaves at school.
And he gets grounded for 10 seconds.
And then he doesn't get grounded.
Yeah, and then something happens, he solves the dispute, and then,
Yeah. But it is very notable how the first ever proper grounded video is involving this format.
Oh yeah, it was being held back, I think.
Well, it wasn't being held back, it was just misbehaving at school.
And then he gets grounded. And then he resolves the issue, and he gets ungrounded.
Yeah, which is odd. You don't usually get ungrounded in the same episode that you're grounded.
GoAnimate users outraged at this bland, stale form of entertainment, so they make their own spin on it.
Yeah.
What if they get grounded and stay
What if
grounded?
we remove a step?
What if we removed What if I did not want Caillou to learn his lesson? What if he decides, let's go deeper into the rabbit hole, shall we?
Let's do this new thing over and over again 1,000,000 times.
Hip. It's hip. It's new. It is never dying.
So yeah, let's not like try not to get out of the way. We need to discuss about something that can just breakdowns fuck up. The parents can get so furious that they have a breakdown, and that fucks everything up. Everything turns into Not Smirks video, which is odd because people don't usually like Not Smirks that are actually proper GoAnimate users.
People not like Not Smirks? I feel like a lot do actually.
A lot of them do because they're sane.
Oh, so it's just loud minority, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Usually breakdowns happen when you do something bad, like it could range from killing a cartoon character that they like, or stealing a copy of Rocko's Modern Life Season 1 on DVD.
There is no Christmas. Oh, there's only Easter. Like whenever there's like you're not gonna get any more candies on Easter. Like very rarely is Christmas
happens
mentioned.
In the flashback episodes. Like when they're showing childhood days of the character, that's the only time Christmas happens, when they're a kid.
Yeah. But in GoAnimate world, Easter is their Christmas, basically. Which is very odd.
But you could do something bad, and they could call the Easter Bunny and tell them to never
The
get
Easter Bunny exists, people!
And in plastic surgeries, plastic surgery follows the same rule as...
No. Let me get one thing. Plastic surgery.
Yes.
What? They just change appearance?
They change their entire species as a person. They could look like some shit.
They could even change into a different style of animation, quote-unquote animation.
They could look like some shit that came out of Family Guy's asshole, and then the next second they become anime or businessman.
They become panty and stocking.
Holy shit! What? Yeah, you're right. And the child, of course, with every right in his mind to say that they look fucking stupid, because
I don't think I've ever seen a situation where the child's like, I disagree. Oh no! I don't think I've ever seen a situation where he's like, oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with my dad being this.
Yeah.
I'm
not sure what's the logic behind changing plastic surgery into something
worse. To point out, the person will say, I haven't had plastic surgery in a billion years, by the way.
Which may be
literally. So to reach dad status, you'd have to live for millions of years. And like a snake, you're gonna have to shed your skin off and change to a different form. So maybe GoAnimate characters don't start off. Maybe they do start off as, Family Guy bootlegs. But then they have to grow, they have to change, but,
Yeah. While we were at the breakdown universe thing, when they break down, like, first of all, red filter, red and black,
filter
that's it.
Signifies
and
rage.
They just expand, like Alejandro just touched
like
their face.
This is expand like they're getting huge.
Like Alejandro just touched them.
Yep.
And they just expand
in their entire body, and they go huge, and then they fly around, destroy their house, but just the house.
Just the house.
They don't affect the person, like the troublemaker, in any way. It's just the house. The South Park ripoff thing where you want a phone or some shit, but then something else is suggested by the parent, and so the child has a tantrum and screams in the middle of the store to him, and he spreads his asshole apart. And he spreads his ass.
Right. So let me just point something out.
Relatable.
This is what happens. Is like sometimes. Like he'll be in a train station, and then he's like, he doesn't have the latest iPhone 700, the iPhone 700, and then they laugh at him, and then he's like, "Oh, you bitches! I'm gonna go get my iPhone 700," and then they go to mom, and he's like, "Mom, give me a iPhone 700."
Yeah, and he's like, "Give me the stuff," and she's like, "Yeah, sure," and then they see the other phone,
and then they see another phone that's cheaper, and then he's like, "No, I want the other one," and he's like, "No, you don't get it. We get the cheaper one."
And then, quote on, this is word by word. How about a better idea? How about we get some condoms so that we'll be safe when you fuck me? Fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. Come on, do it.
That's the shit. What happens is it's either fuck me, engage me. Don't even get me started on the engage me part. They're probably trying not to swear in front of mommy.
But still, present themselves.
Yeah, and sometimes to censor, they'll actually use actual bleeping in a million every blue moons, Or every other blue moon, they'll use actual bleeping. Or instead of bleeping, they'll just go, I was like, why don't you me?
Oh yeah, the bomb siren.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
what it's used
it's
for,
very
censoring.
loud. There are fight scenes. May I
If we're
remind
talking
you?
like original fight scenes.
May I remind you of the time that PC guy was fighting another guy and he threw the Disney logo.
I can tell you about the situation down in Earth.
Oh yeah, shot him. Fight scenes were at its peak when we saw a guy fight Caillou.exe. Those fights, if you want to see like some Monty shit, some really good choreography, you can look at fights against Caillou.exe. Those fights are
great.
really. That's where the dance punching comes in.
I quit. Who or why?
Sometimes in fights, they'll just walk into each other. I guess their technique is they bump into each other and see who's hurt most.
Or if you feel like you want to take the extra mile, you can just have them turn into anime characters and use those fight animations.
Yeah.
Only I did that though.
You don't get it. You don't get it. You gotta
I don't
dance.
Get credit. Yeah, that was a mistake.
Very last thing of discussion.
Very important.
Very important one, which is very minor, but nobody seems to mention it. Why do they say grounded multiple times?
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Could be emphasis. Could be emphasis, or they want to announce it to everyone so that they know, like a ritualistic thing. Want to tell everyone in the surrounding area that a grounding has happened, so they can all rejoice.
I mean, at this point, it has become like significant to like the GoAnimate. It has become like iconic to GoAnimate to say grounded.
If they said grounded once,
nobody would give a shit. Like GoAnimate videos would have like 10 views.
Like the first grounded video ever, they never said grounded more than once. They just said grounded like it was a normal sentence. No,
you don't. They don't get it.
This is the hamburger. This is the hamburger in Pivot. If you want to talk like from a lore perspective, saying grounded multiple times could be like the person showing pre-breakdown levels of anger, right?
Yeah,
like they're almost
maybe
breaking down.
Like they don't actually like. They're like like perhaps they say grounded multiple times because they're like so angry that they can't like think straight, so they just keep saying grounded, grounded, grounded until they can think of the next sentence.
Oh yeah, no, that might be a processing thing, right?
Like
processing the sentence.
Us humans, when we would do that, us people, we would go grounded, but they're robots because that would sound like it. I mean, they still do because they're monkeys, but what I'm just saying is, we would go like we would extend it, but for them to give thinking time, they say grounded multiple times
to remind themselves what exactly it is they're doing. They don't say, you're going to jail, 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 jail.
Yeah, it's only for grounded. Maybe it's because when you're the police, you know more concretely what the villain is, like which crime he's committing.
Maybe grounded, like just doing.
Maybe it's because grounded is like so widely thrown around.
Only for parents, probably.
Like how you stutter, right? Sometimes you stutter because you can't think of something or something.
Throughout this entire podcast, we've been stuttering.
Yeah, so the same thing is with grounded. That's kind of like the GoAnimate version of stuttering.
Yep.
Because sometimes you will see a person say grounded only once, and maybe they have a more clear idea of what they're gonna say.
So many, like, the whole idea of why they say grounded so many times, it's like such a wide range that we can discuss.
Yeah, but we'd be here all night if we tried doing that. I have been informed by several videos that there are such thing as GoAnimate cringe compilations. I have seen multiple of them.
God.
I have seen multiple of them. They're not. They don't provoke a single emotion. Besides, hey, more GoAnimate videos for me.
They just make us relate with the GoAnimate characters. They make us just as emotionless as them.
Yeah. That's the true curse of watching GoAnimate videos. Somebody legit like cringe compilation, mega cringe in one of them I saw. It says mega cringe. That should have made me stop halfway through the video, so I can go like outside and think about humanity. But
Actually
no,
go
I just
outside.
kept trucking on. There's error videos and operating system videos where like
Yeah.
a character will create an operating system, it'll suck on purpose, and that's like a virus or whatever. Like there's a Barney virus. There's a Barney virus.
There's a Barney
Worse-
virus.
It's worse than I love you, right? Oh fuck the
Yes.
rants. The fucking rants. The
Rants
fucking
is
rants. The fucking rants about random cartoons.
And VoiceForge couldn't even have the effort to speak with their own words. We
Yeah.
could have this entire podcast in VoiceForge if we wanted, but we didn't.
Yeah. So I think that's like rant videos. Basically, they say, like I don't know, George in the jungle, more like George in the poop jungle.
In the poo-poo.
Poop in the
Fucking
poop
asshole.
jungle. Poop in the jungle, and then
It's
they
not actual,
preceded with
you know-
"Oh my God," and then giving stupid reasons on why
Yeah,
the show
and
sucks.
then,
Like,
they show like little PNGs of their MS Paint putting X's on his face or whatever.
yeah,
Those are too eldritch
this is
to
gone.
discuss.
This is gone. Far too long. We
Oh.
must end it eventually.
Oh,
I gotta go outside right now. Gotta breathe. We gotta go because I'm gonna die if I am more exposed to GoAnimatE Watch out, kids. This is why I'm gonna edit down the video because you may actually die of GoAnimate radiation. There perhaps is a reason it was mega cringe, and we've just grown resistant to it.
that might have been it. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not radiation enough for us to turn into psychics. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make GoAnimate characters in XCOM just as a testament to my fears, to remind myself who I truly am.
I don't want to have my eyes censored to dicks.
You should consider.
No thanks, please.